If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
And go be a sports star. There you go, Rick.
I will do my best. First of all, I want to thank Nestor and the staff of WNST for having me here. Basically, one of the reasons I think I can be the king of sports is one thing that Nestor had said repeatedly. He wants someone to educate the listeners of WNST. And I think I can do that, particularly with the younger listeners, because it's hard to believe I'm 40 years old, as I mentioned earlier, and it's hard to believe that there are actually people of legal drinking age who were born after the Colts moved, who were born after the Orioles won their last World Championship. And I want to educate them, and I also want to educate some listeners who have moved here from other areas. My girlfriend, Jenny, who I hope is listening right now, she's from the Washington area, has lived in New York and a few other places. I have a few other friends who lived in the D.C., Philadelphia, New York, and other areas. And they ask me certain things, that a lot of Baltimore sports fans understand, but fans from other areas don't seem to. For example, they'll ask me, well, why do you care about the Colts? I mean, they moved 25 years ago. You have a team now. They won a championship. Why do you care about having Baltimore on the road jerseys, which I want to commend the Orioles, by the way, for playing their first game since 1972 with Baltimore on their jerseys. Pretty much what I wanted to answer to these people is that Baltimore sports fans are very passionate. They care about their history. They want their own identity, and they want to be identified with greatness. They don't want to be known as a suburb of D.C. They don't want to be known as a rest stop from Philly to D.C. or vice versa. They want to be identified with greatness. Why do people care about the Baltimore Colts uniforms? Because the men that wore them in 1958 beat the New York Giants on national TV and put Baltimore on the map. Why do people care about Baltimore on the Oriole jerseys? They want local pride. They want ESPN to show Baltimore. They don't want to see Orioles. They don't want them to be known as a regional team, as a DC team or a Delaware team or anything of that nature. People from Baltimore want to be recognized, especially when it seems like, stations like ESPN and other networks, seems like they all want to talk about the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Cubs, and everybody else is just like the Washington Generals or a preliminary wrestler for these teams. And I want the Orioles to come back to greatness. I think I can speak for a lot of the listeners, a lot of the staff here, that they want the Orioles to do well. I mean, it's perceived that they do not, but that is certainly not the case. I mean, just walking into this lobby, I'm amazed at a lot of the old pictures I see of Paul Blair and Brooks Robinson and Jim Palmer eating a stack of pancakes. I thought that was pretty funny. And there are there's a lot of rich traditions, though. I mean, a lot of championships. I was privileged to witness this past Saturday, for example, the Blast winning the championship here at First Mariner Arena this past Saturday. It is the first championship I had been able to witness in person. I had seen the Orioles and the Ravens win on TV. I've seen the Blast win some of their championships on TV or on highlights, that sort of thing. But this was the first time I actually got to witness it in person and got to see them celebrate with a trophy, high-five the fans. I got to interview some of the players and some of the staff, including the owner and the general manager of the Blast. By the way, the Baltimore Blast, not only congratulations on your championship, I want to commend you for your professionalism and courtesy. You made it an enjoyable and honorable experience that I will never forget, and I want to thank you for that. Like I said, I want to educate the younger listeners about the many great things that have happened here. Everything from the Clippers and Skipjack games to Ratcorn to WWF and NWA playing at it's the Civic Center, by the way. It's not the First Mariner Arena or the Baltimore Arena, it's the Civic Center. So my name is Rick Crabbe. I hope you'll be hearing and seeing me very soon, and thank you for the opportunity.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.